Currently in our application there are several places where we are calling function route to get the address of the particular page. For example, in here we're calling this route function to get the address of the particular course page. And since we're using the same expression in multiple places, I prefer to extract this logic into a separate place. We're going to create additional accessor on the course model that is going to be used to retrieve the URL of the particular course. So first of all, I'm going to add the boilerplate for the new accessor with the name route URL, and right here let's call method make on the attribute class, which accepts named param called get, and here we're passing the callback function that has to be executed when we're going to reference this route URL accessor. In this case, we need to get the address of the current course, so I'm going to call function route, and as the second argument in here we have to specify the course model which we want to get the path for. And just because we are already inside of the course model, I'm basically going to pass this, which refers to the current course model. Alright, so let's just import attribute class and switch back to the card.blade.php component, where we're calling the route function to get the path to the particular course. And just because we already have the accessor by using which we can get the same address, so let's just replace this whole expression and use newly created accessor route URL instead, like so. Moving on to the lesson model inside the info.blade.php component, as you can see in here, we're trying to get the address to the particular lesson page. So let's do the same thing for the lesson model. I'm going to create the same accessor with the name route URL that will be used to get the address to a particular lesson. We literally can copy the route URL accessor definition from the course model because it is going to be almost the same. The only difference will be this route name. In this case, we have to reference lessons.show route name because this is the route which corresponds to a particular lesson page. And after defining both of these accessors, we can simply go over all those places where we are using function route to get the URL of the particular course or lesson page and reference our new accessor route URL instead. For example, in here, we have to reference this accessor on the first lesson model. Then we're going to use the same approach and get the URL of the particular lesson inside the lesson card component, right here. There are also several places where we can leverage this accessor. Inside show.blade.php, this is a template of the lesson page. So right here, we are going to reference the route URL accessor on the previous lesson model to get the URL of the previous lesson page. And the same thing goes with the next lesson model. Right here, we're also going to reference route URL accessor. There is another link which leads to the course page. In this case, we have to reference route URL accessor on the course model. And that's pretty much it. By doing all this, we haven't changed any behavior, but we were able to make the code inside templates a little bit more readable. And while we're inside this component, I prefer to extract all this template that corresponds to the buttons on the lessons page and move it into buttons.blade.php. So let's create new component inside the lesson folder with the name buttons. Right away, I'm going to pass the current lesson model within this component by using shorthand notation, and then let's create this file buttons.blade.php within lesson folder and paste here all the extracted markup. And finally, before finishing this lesson, let's just make sure that we didn't break anything. Let's open up the browser and click around a little bit. I'm simply going to open up individual course pages as well as lesson pages and verify that we are properly navigated to corresponding pages without any errors. Everything is working fine. Link to the source code of this project will be in the video description.